Hello and happy autumn equinox, another auspicious day on our planet. We have so much to celebrate and so much to be thankful for. Today is one of those still points where we have equal day and equal night, and it invites us to stop and to slow down, to take a moment to be. My name is Jennifer Mulholland, and this is Jeff Shuck, and we're the co-leaders of Plenty.
We're really glad you joined us today. So what you're going to see is an excerpt from a webinar we held about a week ago where we talked with some of our Lumeria graduates about the equinox and why it's important to us. Lumeria is our well-being class. If you don't know, there's more information about it on our website at plentyconsulting.com. And we meet with the class every month, to just talk about issues that are relevant to them and to us. So we explore the meaning of the equinox. We also do a guided meditation. And we hope that wherever this finds you, it allows you to slow down, tune in to who you are and the rhythm of nature all around you. Hello, Lumeria graduates. We hope that finds you so well. It is Friday, September 14th for all of us, and we are excited to gather here today in person. But if you're joining us sometime later over the next few days or over next week, we are really glad to have you here. And we're going to spend a little bit of today talking about this time of year, and specifically we're a week away from the fall equinox. And you all know that we love talking about the solstice, winter solstice, and summer solstice and how special those days are. Today we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about the equinox and what it means and how to apply it into our lives.
Yeah, this is another sacred time where we get to reflect and pause a bit as we come back into our relationship with balance, what that means for us, and as we explore kind of where we are today in right relationship with our body, mind, and spirit, post Lumeria, what does need to come through in being more balanced in that trinity. Wherever this finds you, and Christy and Sierra and Jeff, if you do the same, let's just close our eyes for a moment and settle, ground. And whether this finds you outside in nature or behind your desk or possibly sitting in your car pulled over, wherever you are, just allow yourself to come into this moment and ground. And drop in and settle. As we move from our head space, that busy mind that's responding to a lot of tasks and thoughts and ideas, just allow it to quiet with your intention to drop into your heart space. This void, this beautiful, expansive landscape inside of us that is so intelligent. It's open, it's free, and it knows the way, it knows our truth. So as if we're kind of dancing or swimming through water, like that fluid motion, imagine that you are exploring your heart space like a little kid with wonder and open eyes, open ears, and open hands. Just find yourself exploring with fluid, graceful movement this beautiful heart space that's within you, that goes with you wherever you are. And as you explore and settle into the quality of this mystical place inside of you, ask yourself what's on offer for you to come more into wholeness and more into balance, whatever that means to you. And maybe allow an area of your life that needs more attention, needs more presence, maybe needs more self-care or love. Whatever that is, just allow that need to bubble up in your awareness. And then allow your heart space to caress it and envelop it without having to do or fix or change anything. Just offer your heart to it. And then using your breath, taking a few deep inhales, inhaling the light, the soft, gentle sunlight that's changing the colors of our trees and bringing beauty all around. Just allow that to be inhaled into your cells, creating a sense of calm and peace, knowing you're right where you need to be, and that everything is unfolding as it should. And then exhaling any worry, stress, tension, false perception of control, anxiety, contraction. Just allow that to just leave your body with your intention. And then from this place of stillness, feel your body connected to the earth. Maybe your feet are gently touching the ground. And imagining the top of your head completely connected to Source, whatever you believe that to be. And in that alignment and in that balance, you can gently wiggle your fingers or toes and open your eyes whenever you're ready.
That was wonderful, and we wanted to spend a bit more time just talking a little bit about the equinox and what it represents. And those of you who know plenty know that there's a few days that we like to celebrate, and they're days that have been celebrated for thousands of years. The winter and summer solstice, the shortest and longest days of the year, are really important. And I've told some of you when I went to England earlier this year how moving it was to visit Stonehenge, this 5,000-year-old place that's been constructed around two solstices, and amazing to think that people have been following that for thousands of years. 2 other days, the equinoxes are just as meaningful and have been celebrated for just as long, and in some ways are just even more important. The equinox is when it appears that day and night are equal, or not when it appears that day and night are equal, when day and night are actually equal. And it's funny, whenever we do something around the solstice, just a few months ago for summer solstice, we always hear from someone, now that we have graduates who are from all over the world, we always hear from someone in the other hemisphere saying, well, summer solstice is actually winter solstice for me. And it's funny to think about that juxtaposition. And the equinox is a little bit different, right? So the equinox echoes themes that are really pressing in our society right now about equanimity and equality and also balance. And while it's true that in another hemisphere, this is not the fall equinox, it's the spring equinox, what is different about the solstice is this is still the day for everybody on the globe where day and night are equal. So our summer equinox up here in the north is actually the shortest day of the year for people on the other side of the globe. That's not the case with the equinox. It's really the one day or one of 2 days that everything is the same. And it calls us to a really interesting inquiry about balance, a topic that many of us think and sometimes worry and wonder about, and the idea of equanimity and equality. So that's what we wanted to start to have you think about. And Jen teed up that question so wonderfully, and I'll turn it back to her for that exploration about what balance is and what equality is and how it manifests in our lives and how sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, thank you for that. It's interesting. So I'm Libra, and my sign is literally the scales. It is the theme of Libra is balance. And for a long time, I've explored what does that mean and how do you keep all the plates spinning in harmony. So like in one way, that's how I've looked at it. So you need to give equal attention to create balance so that the scales don't tip, because if they tip, you're screwed, right? Then you're really out of touch in some other area of your life. But recently, I think I've been very curious about the achievement of balance, and is that even possible? And starting to think that balance is bullshit. It's in the micro, in the day-to-day, it's not realistic. And when we talk about presence and being present, being really here now, not multitasking, not thinking about another project, not doing an email, but the practice, the discipline to pull yourself back when you find yourself wandering, when you find yourself being distracted or interrupted, as many of us are parents and in the workforce, like there's so many distractions and interruptions that are happening all the time. So the practice of being present, when we're really here, we're not thinking about all the other plates that are still spinning or all the other roles that we have to play. And I'm really curious about that. When I'm here with work and plenty, I'm not being mom in the moment. I'm not planning, or I'm not, having to be that role that I am at home. And I can see the price that I pay and my children play, the price that plenty plays if I'm not fully here, and our clients play, etc. When I'm trying to do too many things at once to create that balance that just feels like it's really false and slips through the cracks all the time. So this idea that balance is bullshit, and what if we could be super present in the moment with each subject that shows up, that each subject that we are committing to be in now. If we do that, then at the macro level, we create balance, but not in the micro. Like it's not possible. And I think the fallacy of like untraining and around multitasking and how much that skill was valued is, yes, we have to wear multiple hats, and our culture is continuing to demand that evolution for humanity, that we can be great at multiple things, we can be agile with a lot of changing information, and that speed is quickening. If we get to do that skill, the most important thing is that we're practicing being present in each moment. Because if we do things surfacely, our output is surface. It's not deep quality. So I'm not sure that that's the answer, but certainly we're in exploration of what does balance mean? And what does it mean for you as we come into right relationship with our bodies, our minds, and our spirits, knowing that we're more than all of that. That's just a construct. So I think that's present.
I love that. I want to just tag on. I think, as usual, nature is showing us the way in her way. And one of the things Jen and I were talking about earlier today in preparation for this call is the equinox doesn't last for a month. It doesn't last for 3 months. It lasts for a day, right? There's one day where day and night are in balance, and then things move on and shift and change. And we're being gently reminded that that is the natural state, and the days getting shorter lead us to talking about winter solstice and that amazing, wonderful metaphor that when things seem darkest, it's the sign that we're turning back towards the light. So I think there's a wonderful reminder, as usual, from the natural world that's figured it all out for us, that we don't have to keep everything even. That's just kind of a ridiculous construct of our human life, not our natural life.
So we hope you've enjoyed our commentary and the guided meditation to help you find your own stillness, your own balance, whatever that means to you during this time of year. We wish you a beautiful fall. May the colors all around you remind you of the color that's within you. And we hope to see you either online or in person at one of our retreats. You can find more information at pliniconsulting.com. Thanks so much.
Be so well. Thanks for your time. Take good care.